Fence, assuming that we are all here because we're judges, and we've all taken multiple calls as a judge, but we've also, assuming that we have judged more. Okay, we're gonna. Okay.
Philosophical.
We've all made mistakes. We're human. We're not gods to the lowly player. And as such, we need to find a way to remedy making bad calls. And I'm here to talk about potential ways to deal with bad judge calls. Who here has been on the receiving end of a bad judge call? Who here believes that they have made a bad judge call in the past? I know for a fact that this is a very divided topic on how to remedy such a situation, and we can potentially get into some of the sides of the argument later, but in my experience, the biggest thing that you can do as a judge is to keep the confidence of the players of you as a judge. As such, you want to make sure not to feel like you're being wishy-washy. So don't make a call and then take it back, and then make another call, because that's just an overall sloppy way to remedy a situation. If you are a normal judge, not the head judge, you make a call, make the full call, and if it's a bad ruling, you'll probably get an appeal. Or maybe you won't, because the players will just think that you're right. But in the case that you are the head judge, or you're the only judge and therefore the head judge, and you make a ruling, don't try to back out of your ruling. Tell them your ruling is final. You'll talk to them after the match, assuming that it is not something that you can remedy immediately. If, for instance, you make a call, they tell you potentially that your ruling is wrong, you can potentially back away, look it up again. Everyone should have the Magic Judge IPG app thing, MTG Judge Core app. Who doesn't have this app? Your phone is archaic. That's fair. Look up the MPG. Before ever making a ruling, you want to make sure that you at least know what you're talking about. If you don't think that you are right 100%, look it up. Take some time, back away, get both sides of the argument, make the ruling, and stick to it. If for some reason a player gets confrontational, then we have a different problem. But you want to make sure not to escalate the problem anymore. Tell them your ruling is final. We can talk about it after the match. If we get into aggressive behavior, then we're going to have to talk about potential eviction of the event, at which point it is no longer an issue. Does anyone in the room believe otherwise? That is surprising. Why?
Because I think it's, if you realize you made a wrong ruling,
Sure.
and it's, whether it's fixable or not, you need to tell the players, because you need to let the players know that your enforcement of the rules of Magic are more important than your own reputation even. I would rather you know that I'm going to give you the right ruling, or that I'm going to check for the right ruling, than I would hold to a wrong ruling just because I made that ruling first.
Okay. Contrary opinions, Adina?
I was just going to say it's very, very important so that when a player goes to another tournament and somebody rules the other way. The worst thing is when they say, well, last time I was in a tournament, a judge told me it worked this way. This time they said it worked this way. It just
Sure.
matters on what judge I asked. So if you discover that you've made a wrong ruling, it's very, very important to go to the players and say, look, I'm so sorry, I made a mistake. I have now found out that this is the correct ruling. I will be ruling this way for the remainder of the tournament. And I'm sorry that I can't go back in time and fix your scenario. However,
Sure.
I do want you to know this is how it works, and I'm very sorry that I was wrong. We're human. They know we're human. They may forget, but
Actually, that is a point.
sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I got to the argument, counter-argument phase before going through all my that is a case of bad presentation, and I'll work on that in the future. Get a better phone. All right, guys, that's all the time that I have to teach you how to not make bad rulings in the future. Brian here is here to talk about that stuff. So I'll leave it to him to potentially teach you in the ways of GRBs.